Now let go. Welcome to this lecture. I'm going to speak to you today as a physics teacher, which is what I'm doing as an adjunct professor now. This has to do with two experiments involving light, and I think that their most important teaching probably has more to do with our health. But let's start with light and physics. In the first experiment, we shine the light through a tiny slit, or maybe two slits very close together. And we look at the light that goes through the slits and projects itself against a wall or a screen. And we observe that the light that comes through these slits spreads out into a pattern. And if there's two slits, we see a characteristic interference pattern. And this is basically what we expect from a wave passing through the slits. In fact, you'll see a very similar pattern just watching an ocean wave passing through one or two breakwaters placed close to each other. Conclusion: light's a wave. There is a second experiment. We also do this. This involves shining light, perhaps ultraviolet light, on a clean metal surface. When we do this, we observe a current. We actually observe electrons emitting from that metal surface, and we can measure their energy. We find the energy of those electrons is defined by the frequency of the light that hits. We can account for this by assuming that the light hits the metal as particles. We call them photons. All right. Conclusion: in this second experiment, light is particles, in which the energy of the particles is determined by the frequency of the light wave. Does that make sense? Do you understand it? Do I understand it? Answer is no. I don't think there's any physicist on the face of this earth that will tell you they understand light. But we use it. This beautiful digital camera certainly uses it in a very creative fashion. Maybe we don't really need to understand it. All we need to do is use it in a very creative way. Good. That's light. How about healing? Most humans on this planet have some kind of disability or physical complaint about things. Now the question is, what do you do about it? Let's go back to light again. If I ask light the question, "Are you a wave?" the answer comes back, yes. If I ask light the question, "Are you a particle?" the answer comes back, yes. All right. Light only answers the question I ask. If I ask light, "Are you a wave?" I don't get back the answer, "I'm a particle." I simply get a yes or a no. Now, here you are in your body with one or another disability or complaint. What question are you asking? Are you asking, "How do I heal this?" Are you asking, "How do I cope with this?" Are you asking, "How can I be comfortable and continue to be sick?" Are you asking, "How do I deal with this with the assumption that I can't possibly deal with it?" What question are you asking? Now, as a person who's gotten pretty good at healing myself, it's helped me to ask these questions. Recently, I realized that if I would eat scallions once a day, it would really help my timing in the tennis court when I'm serving the ball. I think the timing would be helped. That's nice. And I'm sure you don't take that too terribly seriously. I mean, after all, you're your own life. But then 8 years ago, I wouldn't have taken it seriously either. 8 years ago, I couldn't count to 12. I was senile. I didn't know my own phone number. My wife really was afraid to send me out, and she did. She had to. But send me out in the car. She's afraid I wouldn't know how to get home. What question did I ask then? I asked how to heal. And I got answers. Now, I didn't get them immediately, and I made a lot of mistakes. But I got enough good answers so that what I did helped me dig myself out of the hole I was in, and life has been much nicer since then. It's a whole lot more fun, I'll tell you. What I did not ask was, how do I cope with this emergency? I would have gotten that answer, and I'd be dead now. There's no way I could have made it. I didn't ask the question. I asked the question, how do I heal? They're different. Choose your questions with great care. Your body will only answer the ones you ask. My experience at the time that I asked that question was, I don't have much information about what's going on here, and I have even less idea of what to do, but at least it was a start, and I gave it the work and the time it needed. I suggest you do the same. You'll get the same results. Thanks for watching, and I'll look for you again.
Now I go.